Vancity put out a report, just wanted to gauge the financial wellness and health of women in particular. And we were extremely interested to find out that BC women across the country, we found out that BC women are the most stressed financially. And we wanted to explore a little bit, why is that happening? What's impacting the women in BC more than other provinces? And maybe some ideas about how we could help them. So we did find that a lot of the issues in BC that are special to our side of the water here is the affordability issue, number one. So we have an affordability problem. We have a lot of people who are working their hardest, maybe two-income families, and it's just tough to be able to buy a property, or rents are very high, and so that's causing a lot of the women's stress. And another important piece of the puzzle was still that we do have a gender pay gap, so women working as hard as men are still often paid less in a similar role, and so they're behind the 8 ball because of that as well, and then all of the other pressures on top of it, which could be caring for children, caring for parents if you're the sandwich generation. So there's a lot of ball juggling going on. We did find it was very interesting in the report actually that the younger generations, so specifically a millennial or Generation X also, were the most stressed within the demographic of women, which was extremely enlightening. And I have heard this in various other studies as well. And I find it very interesting to think about the younger generation having difficulty in terms of financial knowledge and dealing with their finances, when we're actually seeing across the board at the university level that there are more women than men now graduating. I think it's about 52% of graduates recently are women. So obviously the knowledge level is going up, which is great, but there's still a disconnect with the actual management of money day to day. And so why is this? Studies also show that the younger generations are spending more than others on luxury goods. So again, another sort of disconnect. They're struggling, they're trying to get their jobs that are going to pay them really good salaries. It's hard to afford a home today, but then the luxury goods spending is going up. So is that helping or hindering that generation? And then the specific issue around the Generation X issue with the increased stress level is, I think, the sandwich generation. So that demographic, we most likely, and I'm one of them, have the child below me who I'm caring for, and now I have a couple of older family members that are also relying on me, and so I'm trying to manage all of this and juggle it at once. It's actually good for all of us. It's good for the country if we have people with skills who are out in the workforce in a job that they're skilled for, being paid a good salary, contributing to the health of the economy. And right now our studies show that we have a lot of the female participation is not where it could be or should be. Maybe it's a childcare issue. They can't afford enough childcare to get out and be able to participate. But if we could help that happen, we would see, some studies say, about $150 billion increase in our GDP in Canada over the years coming up if we could get to this more equitable level. So there's a real impact, and that's going to help everybody across Canada, there's no doubt. Starting at the government level, I think the transparency that we see in the reports coming out are so critical. So it's good for all of us across the country to know there's a job out there, what are the men in that field being paid, and what are the women being paid in the government? And it's great that that's out there in a statistical level that we can analyze it and see, why is this happening and how could we change it? Is it good? The typical studies, I think, show that the government's really gone forward with the equitable pay level, and it's because there's a focus on it. People are looking at it and mindful of it. And so future policies promoting equal labor, equal pay for equal labor are so critical. So that's foundational. And then the corporate level, some corporations are amazing. I just want to speak about Vancity because that's where I work, but we have a board of 9 people and we have 7 are women out of those 9. So we are way past, way above what the statistics would show. In fact, I remember Tamara making a joke saying somewhere on a website that she was looking for a few good men to hire for our board, actually. So it's nice to see that as a CEO and a female, she's promoting those policies within, so that's great. And other ideas are very simple. So mentorships work very, very well. If there's leading women in certain roles, connecting them with women in a different level to help them rise up as well and help them create a path is just fantastic. So those are really things that can be put into place in a corporation, so that's great. And then in terms of the level of all the women across the country and just everybody in general, I think a couple of things are, in terms of applying for jobs, I think what's so important is that women don't, I would say, self-select out. I'd love to see women just taking that confidence level up a bit and just saying, yes, I can do it. And also people who are hiring as well, looking around a little bit more. So just understanding that if you know a great lady working in a company somewhere that you think could do the job, just simply reach out. It's just simply a phone call to say, hey, I think you should apply for this job. I think you can do this job. And a little bit of all of that helping will really, it'll make a difference. But we all just have to be focused on it, I would say.